And welcome back here to our little team preview here for our fourth week in the PPL NX. Today we are playing against the PokeProfessor and his team Drunken Fizz. This will be a very scary game because honestly they have a Mamoswine and yeah, we do not have any great switch-ins whatsoever into that thing. So yeah, this is bound to be very scary nonetheless. First up, we are bringing Shaman Sky, just plain standard offensive with Seed Flare, Air Slash, Earth Power and Baton Pass, so we can switch out into something like the Gouging Fire. Honestly, it's basically just there to outspeed the Darkrai and have something in the bag to revenge kill that thing. Yeah, otherwise Air Slash and Earth Power hit their team for some pretty nice damage, to be honest. And yeah, it's basically just plain standard Shaman Sky with heavy duty boots, because honestly I don't want to take rocks damage. Then next up we have Choice Scarf Roaring Moon, again just like game 2, adamant again, because honestly I do not really expect their Smothra, because we have some pretty nice switch-ins into that thing. And yeah, it's basically just there to outspeed the Darkrai and have something to revenge kill a potential boosted Gouging Fire. If it isn't booster speed, that would be very fucking devastating, to be honest. But I do believe you need the attack boost, because otherwise Skeledirge would potentially just wall that thing anyway. And yeah, knock off, Outrage, Earthquake, U-turn, pretty fucking standard as well. Honestly, their team really doesn't like any knockoffs at all. So honestly, just having a strong knock there is pretty nice. And yeah, they probably need to Terra something like the Uxie into Fairy, or just have Primarina. And yeah. Then next up we have our Quavel. It's basically there to get a boost on the Ursaluna Blood Moon, because that thing is pretty scary. We are rocking out with the Aqua Step, Knockoff, Rapid Spin and Roast with heavy duty boots as our item. Yeah, I do not want him hazard stack me with something like the Colossal or something like that. And yeah, I want those hazards off my field 100%. And Roost is just there for some longevity, potentially. And yeah, knock off again, because Primarina really doesn't like getting their lefties or something like that knocked off. Then next up we have Gallade, the bro, the goat, the man himself, rocking out with Strength Steam, Toxic Spikes and Pain Split. Honestly, their poison type isn't the best with Grafai. I mean, it could potentially come to this game, but honestly, I believe they do not have the potential slot for it. I think there are much more important mons that he wants to bring to our game. This is probably also our best Mamoswine switch in. And yeah, honestly, once Toxic Spikes are up, this game gets a lot more manageable, I'd say. Then also, you're seeing it correctly, we are not terroring Gallade this week, because I believe we have better Terra mods this week. Next up, we are bringing Lycanroc off the bench potentially. Honestly, I'm recording this way before I did my game 3. So I don't know if we brought that week 3 or not. And yeah, we are just rocking out with Stone Edge, Close Combat, Terra Blast, Rock and SL Rock. Honestly, their rock switch-ins, it's an Ursaluna Blood Moon, and that thing just gets cooked by Close Combat. And afterwards, they really do not have any great switch-ins into that thing. So we are just rocking out with Choice Band, because that's also our potentially best way in revenge killing the Roaring Moon, the Gouging Fire. And yeah, this thing just hits overall pretty hard into their team. Then lastly, we are bringing Blissey again. This time, excuse me, with the Terra Dark actually, because I do not potentially want to get swept by Stored Power or Espatha. So we are rocking out with that. Also, we are running Hyper Voice, Call Mind, Stealth Rock, and Soft Bolt, because honestly, they do not have any Ghost type, so Hyper Voice is super mega free. And honestly, I don't really expect a Terra Ghost on something like the Uxie or something like that, because it really leaves them vulnerable to a potential knockoff. And yeah, once we get set up with Blissey, honestly, they really have some big trouble in switching into us. Like, nothing really wants to take these Hyper Voices really well on that team. And also we beat the Ursaluna 1v1 with that 100% of the time. It basically comes down to a Call Mind war between those two probably. But yeah, also we are running Covered Cloak because potentially Primarina and stupid Psychic Noise water bullshit. So we can actually just stuff those hits pretty well and basically Call Mind up on that thing as well and beat that thing 1v1. So yeah, this is going to be our team for this week, and I'll see you once the battle starts. And there we go. Okay, there's no Darkrai. Okay, that's crazy. No Darkrai is crazy, especially with them bringing a Spathra. Okay. And I see a Conkeldurr. Do I see a Prim? I don't. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh shit. Damn. That's literally nothing what I expected. Wow. And the Conk. Okay. I mean, good thing that team is pretty slow. That's pretty good for Shaman, I guess. So we can actually outspeed somebody. Who the fuck do I want to lead off with? Also, goddammit, I am really unsure now. I could lead off with you to potentially get off a Toxic Spikes early if they want to lead off with the Mamoswine. Also lead off with you potentially, but I think leading off with you is probably the best way to go, especially since they could easily lead off with their Mamoswine. Yeah, if we can get off the Toxic Spikes pretty early, that would be nice. And then good luck, have fun to our opponent. Okay. Also, they are Terra Water on the Colossal and Terra Poison on their Uxie. Which is fine. Yolan, okay. To be honest, I think I want to get off a Toxic on them. Yeah, I do want to get off a Toxic pretty early. So that thing gets worn down pretty easily. They shouldn't be able to touch us that badly. Colossal. Physically defensive. Yeah, they're not doing that much. That would be completely fine. I assume they probably want to go for a spike first, right? Probably. Okay. Yeah. They Terra that thing. That was super predictable, to be honest. Okay. You do Flamethrower first. Okay. That looked a little bit invested. But that's just standard damage. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's completely fine. I could go for a Pain Split immediately. So we can gain back some health. I could also switch potentially out to our Blissey. Don't want to do that though. I don't know, to be honest. Do I want to get off some Toxic Spikes? I could also go for a Strange Steam and put some pressure on that. and basically force him to rapid spin. Do I want to go for a Toxic Spike? I do. I do want to go for a Toxic Spike. Okay, they just switch out. Okay, awesome. I like that. Beaker. Who the fuck are you? Okay, that's the Oxy. That is fine. So we basically forced him to rapid spin later. That is completely fine. Okay. We could go into Blissey, pretty frilly and hyper voice once, or just go for a Call Mind potentially. I shouldn't be really that much in danger with that thing. Also, honestly, I don't think I need Blissey for much else. Because he has Bathra, it's probably gonna get put into a Cell Rock range pretty easily, I'd say. Also, please go Conk. I wanna Toxic that motherfucker so badly. Please. Yeah, I wanna put that motherfucker on the timer. Elmo. That is the Conk. Awesome, let's go. I like that. So, I mean, it's kind of obvious we have to go into Weezing, like we do not have any great switch-ins. Otherwise, for the Mammoth Swine, we still have Kokowel in the back to potentially revenge kill that motherfucker. So that should be fun. That should be fun. Do you knock? Do you go straight up for a Facade? Don't know. Let's see. Okay. Just goes for a knock. That's fine. Honestly, and I think I'm just gonna go for a Pain Split now. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a Pain Split now. Because everything has basically much more HP than me. Let's go. Maybe he's gonna be faster. Could be a thing. But that's not what we are gonna get an info on. Okay, Beaker. That was the Uxie, right? It is. Okay, nice. Get off some nice health back there. I'm just gonna go busy again. I'm real. Like, you might wanna go for another U-turn or something like that, but honestly, I think that's fine. That should be fun. Just like noises, I don't care. I have Cover Cloak. And I could go for a Hyper Voice pretty freely, right? Kong should get at least some damage. Could also go for a first for Stealth Rocks, but honestly, Hyper Voice is pretty good into him. I want a Hyper Voice once. Okay, that's Stealth Rock. Did we see thingy? Did we see leftovers? We didn't. I'm just gonna go for my rocks then. Okay. So they might be Rocky Helmet or something like that. Probably. Okay, they U-turn. Awesome, awesome. Let me know. Write down some stuff. Psychic Noise, U-turn, Staff Rock. Pretty standard. Probably T-Wave last. Then let's see what you wanna switch into. Probably Gunk, maybe. Who knows? Which would be fine. Because if we can get a thing to maybe defog? Honestly, I don't know. Nah, you don't want to defog with Kong. I don't think you want to defog with the Kong, right? I don't think so. If you get into the Colossal, and it's super telegraphed. Super telegraphed a Rapid Spin, probably. So we could potentially go into Shaman. That thing would be relatively risk-free. Okay, they go into Gouging. Okay, we see Heavy Duty Boots, which is completely fine. Heavy Duty Boots. Okay. So they are probably a much bulkier set into us. Honestly, I'm just gonna go into our broski and probably get off a Toxic. Guarding Fire. Doesn't have the booster. Does it crash kill us? Potentially. Potentially. But maybe he wants to use us as a setup for that. Just Earthquakes, okay. That's fine. I'm just gonna go for Toxic. I'm just gonna go for a nice little Toxic there. I don't care. You should never be able to knock us out. Yep. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Beaker. Getting off a little timer on the Oxy is pretty nice, to be honest. I like that. That thing is gonna get chipped down pretty heavily now. Also, did I just see a thingy? Also, haven't activated the ruler. I could go back. Honestly, I'm just gonna go back into Blissey. They're probably gonna U-turn, right? But honestly, I still don't need Blissey for anything else. Except maybe the Aspasma, but that thing will be nice. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Could go for Softbite now, or could also go for Hyper Voice to put some pressure on anything coming in. Honestly, I just want the Softbite runs. Yeah, let me just Softbite runs. Probably the Conk coming in again, which is probably gonna be fine if that thing comes in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Honestly, that's fine. That's completely fine there. I could go out into Shaman pretty freely. Like, they don't really touch us. Yeah, let me go into Shaman right now. Blissey's back and full, basically. I mean, yeah. Don't see a downside to this. Yeah, that's completely fine. Honestly, with this, if the Gouching Fire comes in, I might just go for a thingy, go for a Bath Power. If the Memos Wine comes in, then honestly, I just go Wheezing Gallade. Sweet Thumbs. Sweet Thumbs. That's the Memos Wine. But the thing is boots. Wow. Just Mono's boot spam. God damn it. Do we go for you? We could also go potentially go into you. I don't really expect anything other than I shard, to be honest. Could also then go for a knockoff potentially. But because with you I would still have a nice how's it called? I would still have a nice Kong switch in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go chicken. Chicken time. Honestly, I don't think you can actually. Okay, they just Earthquake. Okay. Let's put. Oh no, never mind. They can't be faster because they are heavy duty boots. Could go for a knockoff. Could also go for a roost potentially, but if they stay in, I could also go for an Aqua Step. Honestly, I might just go for an Aqua Step. Yeah, I just go for an Aqua Step. I mean, you're probably going to the thingy, the exactly that thing, the Terra motherfucker. But honestly, I think that's fine. I can roost up on that thing. They probably want a Rapid Spin right now, right? So we can basically get off a. Okay, awesome. We cannot get burned, which is fine. But you can never knock us out, right? If you can knock us out, then wow. Wow, I'd be fucking impressed if that thing could knock us out. Steam engine, motherfucker. I did not expect that. Okay, then just body press. Okay. Interesting. That's very interesting, to be honest. Are you faster than Shaman Sky? Skyman. That thing should never be able to knock us out, right? Yeah, that thing should never be able to knock us out. Except if he's maybe like something like a mix special attack or something like that, but I don't think so, to be honest. Body press to knock out our Kokorvel. Did at least some investment, right? Probably. I think I'm just gonna go into Shaman. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go into Shaman. And I'm just gonna click the Seed Flare. Yeah, I'm just gonna click the Seed Flare. You shouldn't be able to knock us out. Colossal ain't that strong. Yeah, Flamethrower shouldn't. Or they do, because it was a Macro or something like that. God damn it. Yay. Okay, so they had investment, basically. God damn it. Okay, here's what we are gonna do. I'm just gonna switch into Roaring Moon, reveal that we are Choice Scarf, basically, because honestly, if we don't outspeed that thing, I'd be impressed. I'd be impressed. Okay. Can we knock them out potentially with an Outrage? How much HP does it have? Probably too little. So probably gonna need to go for a U-turn, for which I'm afterwards probably gonna go for a knock off. Yeah, probably. Why the fuck do you run so much speed investment on that thing? For real season. What the fuck? But gotta give it to our opponent. That's a very fucking good bring. Wow. I mean, Lycanroc should knock it out, right? At least Lycanroc should knock it out after a Terror, right? Probably. Come on. Come on. It should get knocked out right now. If it doesn't, I'd be motherfucking impressed. And I'm gonna Terror that motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna Terror that motherfucker. And I'm gonna go for a nice little Stealth Rock there. Please die. Thank you. Okay. Bad thing, Lycanroc has basically to do everything in the late game now. Yippee. Yippee yay. Okay, goodbye. That Colossal did way too much work. God fucking damn it. What the fuck? Just what the fuck? Lycanroc got a kill. Who else had a kill? Who the fuck had a kill on Yuxi? I can't remember, to be honest. Was it? I think it might have. I think it died to Toxic, right? Yeah, I think it died to Toxic. I mean, yeah, that thing comes in. Donphanatic, you probably not, right? Do I get cleaned by Ice Shard in the late game? If I sack you, probably not, right? Please, you can still spawn shits from the Memos one. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I mean, good thing is we can at least spam our stuff, our rock moves. Mach Punch, awesome. That's pretty much best case. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna go for a Strength Stream. Maybe they'll stay in. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a Strength Stream. Let's go. Maybe We can get off some chip damage on the Mammoth one. So that thing would be put into range of our Lycanroc potentially. Mammoth one. Minion Zerok does some pretty hefty amount. Sam. That's that thing. And we see another boons. Can you stop spamming boons, please? But good thing. Buffer should be in range of our Zerok now. Not if it is this bulky though. Okay. Yeah, it should be in range. Like we did a fuck ton with our wheezing. Yeah, we did a fuck ton. Holy moly. God damn. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna go into Blissey. Also, is Roaring Moon in range of Stuff Rocks? No, it isn't. Awesome. U-turns. That's fine. That's completely fine. That thing out and has taken some chip is completely fine. Okay. Because Roaring Moon could still put in some work with its Choice Scarf. Animal. It is the Gouging Fire. I just need a little bit more chip on that thing. I just need a tiny bit more chip on that thing so our thingy can actually do some work. Do I want to Calm Mind into that thing's face? Gouging Fire. Blissey +1. Like at +1 it does knock it out with Heat Crush. So at +1 we could actually do some pretty crazy damage, honestly. Which would put it potentially in range of the thingy. Yeah, before it can do something. Oh, just Earthquakes, okay. Just gonna Calm Mind. Can I just attack? Crazy, crazy. So that earthquake did a crazy amount, to be honest. Okay. Can he crash knock us out? Potentially. Do you go for a Softbolt? I wanna go for a Softbolt. Okay, they DD up. Okay, that's fine. Because we can now go for a Hyper Voice. Yeah, we just go for a Hyper Voice right after. We just go for a Hyper Voice. They shouldn't be able to knock us out. Because we are a Blissey. Blissey is a fat motherfucker. Okay. Okay, Lycanroc. The Earthquake now, okay. How much do we do? Not too much, but I'm just gonna go for another Hyper Voice if they Earthquake again. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for another Hyper Voice. They Earthquake again, okay. Honestly, I'm just gonna spam Hyper Voice through and through. Yep, I'm just gonna spam it. I'm just gonna spam that. Earthquakes again, completely fine. We cannot go into our Lycanroc and basically just click as a rock. Could also go into you potentially. And Outrage, right? Outrage would claim somebody's life right now, which would be fine. Like claiming gouging without being locked into our bullshit into our Zerok would be probably best case even. Because that would force Conk or Mamoswine in the next turn. Yeah, I think that's that's better. That's best case. That's best case. Exactly. They only did it once, so honestly, yeah, there's literally no drawback in not clicking Outrage here. Because that basically forces in either Conk or Mammoth 1, which they absolutely do not appreciate. Goodbye. And Rorymoon claims another one. Okay. Play? Who do I want more? Probably Mammoth 1. I want Mammoth 1 more. Please go Mammoth 1. Mammoth 1 would literally be the best one. The best case right now. Yeah, that would literally be the best case. Yeah. Conk would probably suck the most. Yeah, Conk would suck the most out of them. That is unfortunately the Conk, but at least it gets a little bit more chip damage from that the stuff. Okay, Conk claims a kill. Then next turn we basically have to go cheesing Gallade. But do I want to double him? I might want to double him actually, because like Esparta still lives a hit. Esparta lives a hit pretty freely, so that might. I mean, it might cost us a game, but otherwise I don't see a way to actually win this outside of that. Because locking into Cyrock afterwards doesn't win us the game, obviously. I think we have to do this. I don't like this play, but we have to do it. We have to go like a rock. We have to go like a rock. Yep. We have to go like a rock on their switch into a Esparta. Exactly. Awesome. Okay. Sam was that a Mammoth 1? No, it was the Esparta. Exactly. And I can spam Terra Blast right now. Or do I? At what percentage are you? Esparta. Do I live a Luminous Crash? Probably. I mean, I do. But I might still have Protect, right? Probably not that bulky. I mean, a Cyrock has a great chance of killing, but I think we have to go for a Terra Blast and hope that they do not have Protect probably at this point. Yeah, I have to go for a Terra Blast. Please don't have Protect. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Let's go. Okay, nice. Like and rock. Like and rock. Please. Please, I beg you. I beg you. Wait, the Conk might actually be in range of Terra Blast. Potentially, right? Sweet Thumbs, that's the Mammoth Swine, okay. Unfortunate thing, they can go for a free ice move. And afterwards we just lose. Okay. Can't really do much about that, to be honest. Yeah, can't really do much about that. Like they can just go for a free ice move. And then clean us afterwards, basically. Yeah, Heavy Slam. Exactly. And then Close Combat basically picks up a kill. But we still lose because of the Mach Punch. Unfortunately. Yeah, we have to go for Close Combat to actually knock that thing out. Maybe they'll choke and go out into Conk. That would be fire. That might have been a thing, but yeah, like I'm not. They probably won't, right? You won't. You have to sack this and then just revenge kill with the Kong. Or do you? Yeah, you do. Exactly. Yeah, big GG's to PokeProfessor. Where did it go wrong? Definitely on the freaking Colossal. Definitely on the Colossal. I did not expect him to be that speedy, to be honest. Not at all. Great prep from their part on. Definitely great prep. Yep. Yeah, just gonna click this like we are transparent. Exactly. And yeah, probably should have brought something like the D or this Dirt, but oh well, it happens. Big GG's, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow when we play MSR, I believe. Yeah, hope you all had some fun, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.